In Cover Story today, we see what is in your personal digital future.
Microsoft's latest operating system, Pocket PC 2002, officially launches today. And with it, several PDA manufacturers are making related announcements. So we'll take a look at where handhelds are going and what the PDA of tomorrow may or may not do for you. We begin Cover Story with the role of PDAs in the business world. When the first PDAs hit the market and mobile professionals began switching from the Filofax and Rolodex to the digital assistant, there was talk handhelds would be the next generation of computing. But now, a new generation of PDAs finds itself struggling to retain the old and to attract the new consumers. Some of the most interesting applications for PDAs, however, are in the not-so-obvious places. From waiters taking orders in restaurants to police officers running background checks on suspects, handhelds are finding their way out of the office and into other professions.
My goal has always been to find a handheld unit the officers can take on the street, collect the information, basically just eliminate the need for a paper and pencil. This unit allows the officer to collect the information, and by the time they get back into their car, all the data is there. There's no need for them to do any hot syncs or any uploading because it's there. It's all been done by a web browser.
The PDA is also showing up at the doctor's office.
The Institute of Medicine reports all the focus on medication errors and some legislation has actually helped spur many physicians to be interested in the space. What some of them find valuable is just a legible prescription because they get less calls from the pharmacy asking, what does this say? Their patients like it because they feel confident that the pharmacist will be able to interpret the prescription without making an error.
iScribe is a provider of technology and software customized for the handheld, so physicians can write and print prescriptions for patients.
Most of the time it's as easy as pick a patient, pick a drug, and then print. Or send to the printer or the pharmacy in some way, with a lot of other options to get more information for formulary compliance, for drug interactions, for alternatives, etc. No doubt that in some number of short years, almost every physician will have a PDA because it's just too valuable.
As handhelds enjoy the success of being modified by vertical industries, manufacturers and designers are exploring ways to make PDAs more useful by connecting them with communication devices.
There's a fair number of big PDA phones out there now, and they're not very successful. They're just too big and clunky.
Dennis Boyle is a product designer for IDEO, a Palo Alto firm responsible for the Palm 5 and handsprings expansion slots.
What's happening now is everybody's trying to figure out how to combine things like phones, combine keyboards, and this is a spectacular design, but you can see they're trying to figure out how to get all this functionality in something like this. In addition to being able to surf and browse the web, having short-range communication in local networks, and almost anything you can imagine that are in portable products.
We really don't believe in the concept of a universal system, that there'll be one system which will be all things for all people. So the mobile professional is going to use something like this for data. They'll carry this, that'll have a subscription, plug this into their PC together with a phone.
Wireless handhelds recently got a boost from Arraycom, which develops technology deployed in Japan that removes airwave interference and improves the quality of service.
In Japan, it's much more than just cell phones. So they have PDAs that are also MP3 players and video stream players, in a sense. They're sort of audio-video machines. There are PCs with cameras in them. There are cameras with wireless connections.
Handheld manufacturers will continue to tinker with their designs in an effort to keep them as must-have business tools.
I forget who said that if you want to predict the future, you invent it, and that's basically what a lot of companies are in the middle of trying to do right now. They're in this field. They're trying lots of different things and they all can't be successful, but more than one will be. I think there'll be quite a few different strains of success.
The handheld maker's success also depends on improvements made in operating systems from Palm and Microsoft. A heated competition between the two could help spur creativity in designs.
Now, in its September report, marketing analyst Aberdeen predicts Microsoft will take over the handheld market by the year 2005.